I've actually been very critical of specifically Sixer on Dust 2 on this team for how he played his role, but that problem wasn't there last time, so definitely improved.
Either way, Envy are going to get the knife. They're going to get the choice. Dust 2, it doesn't particularly matter. I think it's just more personal preference than anything else. Obviously, statistically, it's an 8-7 map.
Yeah.
So relatively balanced. Good start can definitely help you out. Pistols, as always, are going to be crucial. We'll probably mention that some other time in the game as well, if it's that sort of close range scenario. But either way, we are going into what could be the final map of the tournament. $800,000 for the winner. Half of that for the team second, which is still pretty good. It's still pretty good. But
it's all right.
It's not winning.
Yeah, it's not winning. And
not winning.
and
You
you
don't
know
get the
what? The
trophy.
mentality is we're losing 400 grand.
Yeah.
That needs to be the mentality.
Yeah. Either way, pistol round underway. Apex. Oh, actually can have a deagle. We saw MBK do really well with the deagle last time we had this. I think he actually got 2 kills on players rushing back through on the B site. So
Yeah,
see
maybe
whether he
2
can actually
1Ds.
do that again. Rylan actually going to take a little bit of a push, but he's not going to spot 2 match out. I wonder if he's falling back because of the position of Happy, but it actually looks like he's just going to go rotating away. A little bit unsure of what he's actually doing at the moment, but there are people now gathering up over in these tunnels. Mao's going to be the only one there, and they are all rushing towards him, unable to connect as of yet, jumping around the corner. I think he may be long for this world. Rylan managing to get himself one back into the site does give them the man advantage as the bomb is going to be planted over on this B site. MBK, he's still going to be there with his deagle. Happy, lurking as always, manages to catch one off. Can he get the second? Doesn't look like it, but does get out with his life. That's at least something, but, well, re-peeks, and Furlan is going to take his head clean off. Also manages to retrieve the kit in the meantime. Peek from Sixer is going to be ended, and now it's all down to the deagle. Nothing that can be done, and it will be the first round going the way of Kinguin.
I can't say that. I mean, I'm not sure why Happy came back for more after he managed to escape. There were so many missed bullets in that round. Good couple of kills on the entries where it seemed like the sight hold was falling apart, kind of like a last bullet kill before he got traded out, and then Rowlin finding one through the door. Those are really important, but Happy getting that kill at mid was also very important. The second man to trade was critical for the CTs, but Happy almost got away from him, and then he came back into lower with 10 HP after they had both reloaded. I mean, I'm not sure why he did that. If he had gone upper, for example, and a CT had to follow him there, then he would have had to clear all those angles, worry about spawn, even if Happy just went into the site and did something else. So he could have delayed a lot longer if he didn't try to fight again. Not sure what the thought process there was.
Either way, 4 rifles actually brought up on the CT side for Kinguin, so any losses in this round are going to be very costly. Quite a bit of utility actually coming in on MV, so I should be able to do quite a bit in this round. And we are going to wait for this push to come in. Here come the nades, and while Furlan is going to be in a great position to try and slow this one down. Nobody really looking in his direction. They're just going to run straight past. Spiro going to have a lot of people coming his way, and Apex is going to decapitate him. Furlan takes a lot of damage himself, but does quite a bit in return to Apex. And now we're going to look at this rotation from Mouse. A lot of players on shore. Happy's going to get himself another one. And this is starting to turn a little bit worrying. Furlan, well, he'll get one, but these remaining 2 players, they're just going to have to fade out of here. Don't want to give the 2 rifles over towards that T side. And, well, bringing them into the next round does give them an extra chance to try and fight this one back.
I want to say they played that round a little bit fearfully. Everybody losing their duels like that shouldn't happen. Obviously, a cat take with pistols can be quite strong with the right flashes as well, and they did do a good job of flashing our man on ramp and completely neutralizing him. That one frag going 1 and 0 in that kill, it allows for the plant #1, and it also is good enough to get the plant before the rotates can come in, which a huge part of his job is just delaying long enough. So the explosiveness from Envy made me feel like watching them cross cat was making Kinguin way too nervous, and they cannot be in that mindset right now. 1-1, instantly stealing back the momentum. Big win for EnVyUs. They are they're gonna have to go up against a force up from Team Kinguin. It wasn't a close round though, and even though Envy forced, they also saved most of their players, so I think it's almost unwarranted for this to happen. Mihu get an aggressive top mid in a situation like this. Oh, well, he's one of the only guns, but they're also, sorry, I thought that they were the team that had less money. It makes sense that he tried to make a play.
Spiro, he's going to go into a world of pain pretty soon. Apex finishing him off, and everybody looking like they're being cleaned up. The remaining 2 players, they're just going to fall back to the B site, and EnVy making this round look very, very easy as well. Obviously, as you said, Mihu just trying to make a play early on, doesn't manage to connect the shots, and it's going to be Apex. Couple of kills, and that will be the end of the round. And well, now for EnVy, they do actually have a little bit more money to spare. May want to try and take this other rifle out of the hands of Scout of Mal's. Also over on the B site. Nice shot to start things off. Can he get anything more? That's the question. Doesn't manage to connect onto MBK. Will be throwing out the flash, and it's just going to be spamming shots away. Players getting ever closer by the second. Also, we're going to see a slight push into tunnels from Happy. Hasn't actually made his way forward as of yet. May just try and hold them within this site. And MBK,
damn,
wonderful stuff. Just pushes in, takes both heads off, and EnVy have themselves another round.
Playing retake right there. Really nice couple of kills. Back of the site, pristine crosshair placement, headshots to complement, and an easy round. They also, they're chasing in that situation, but it's because it's Kinguin would have taken those guns, recycled them to the next round into the save, and would have increased their chances of being able to win or actually do a lot of damage by, I want to say like tenfold. Right now it's only USPs and P2Ks, so EnVy quite often do this, walk into B. It's very uncommon to stack B on eco rounds. Something like iBuyPower used to do a long time ago. Really good scraps that they have. Mihu does a bit of damage, not so bad. And the couple of players in mid both go down. Site's been taken. But here's MBK, excuse me, from the back. And they know that they've given up a couple of these guns, so I'm going to assume the hunt's going to be on here.
Yeah, already we can see 6 up pushing in from behind Spiro. If he doesn't make any noise here, this is going to be a very easy kill to gain. And Spiro is unaware. Furlon, in the meantime, has gone all the way out towards long. And I don't think they'll be getting him from here on out.
There's only a couple of places that he can be, and it's either back in T-spawn, which would have been pretty weird if he didn't actually spot Sixer and call that out, and long pit. So here's MBK. He's not finding the exits, actually. Yeah, he gets the kill. It's someone else who found him first.
Yeah, Apex doing the majority of the damage. But either way, they take both of those rifles out of the hands of the CT side. There will be a buy coming in this round anyway, so not the end of the world, but definitely could have meant that they get a little bit more utility. I'm interested to see how much they actually have on their side of things. Decent couple of rounds, though, for EnVy. They're going to clean things up nicely and keep a lot of players alive. And, well, actually, the utility's not that bad. It's just there's no AWP, which is definitely something I want to see on the CT side for Kinguin.
Yeah, I mean, utility could be better, and then also there's not a single kit, no AWP, as you're saying. They can't afford to risk EnVy getting a plant right here, which isn't something that you can plan for too easily. They're also playing 2 Deady B with 1 mid B, which means they're really, really hoping that EnVy, whatever they do right here, cat control is very standard no matter what you're going to do, but that they go back to a mid B. I honestly want to assume King won't even rotate off this, but it looks like cat control has been taken. Leaves our man at long. Very vulnerable. Also full flash. Manages to bounce away. But he's going to sit there and wow, Furlan through the corner of the smoke. It's shot between the eyes of the MBK.
BK looking very good so far in this game. Kenny with the AWP will get another one. And it is starting to get to a point where I feel like Kinguin are saving more than they're actually playing.
Yeah, they are. And it's, they fell back into a very passive setup. It's not uncommon to, if you're in a 2-1-2, if you're in a 2-1-2, you're expecting a mid-B, right? So that's like a read. And sometimes on CT side of Dust 2, that's fine. That was nuts. Sometimes on CT side on Dust 2, it's fine to assume that it's going to be mid-B, even if cat control gets taken, even a couple of flashes come out, to just commit to that setup if you feel like your mid-B is going to be weak and a team likes to mid-B a lot, like EnVy do. That being said, if your guys on A aren't able to both stay alive for the retake, the plan falls apart almost instantly. You need 5v5 to take back A, and sometimes there are exceptions, but then Furlan dies in CT, trying to get off that corner of that smoke, and it becomes much more difficult from that point on. And it seems like, as you're saying, they're saving so often because they're trying to play the late round game, but EnVy are getting right in their faces and forcing them to lose the round before they get a chance to play it.
I actually want to see Team Kinguin give EnVy a little bit less respect as well. I think they're respecting them too much. I want to see some aggression. I want to see them try and take some cat control, not allow them to just push up it and pretty much have it for free whenever they want it during the round.
Just as you say, Tom, there was a There's a variety of ways that Space Soldiers were able to abuse cat control to try to get opening kills, and it worked constantly on EnVy. So I fully agree with you.
It was what Tyloo were doing as well. Just a lot of aggression.
Yeah.
And it did work. Yes, they lost the game, but it was very, very close, and it at least made EnVy have to change things. That was a nice little shot from Mihu. Going to be going for the peak, but that's something that this Kinguin side is normally very good at. Taking the initiative. Not the best smoke in the world, but we are going to get away with it, Kenny.
Okay.
He's back in his trusty A spot. Wouldn't want anybody else in this position, and for that very reason, he's just going to be peeking around. I feel like he knows these angles better than anyone.
He's definitely gotten a multitude of frag clips from all of these spots that he's playing. I'm picturing a 1v3. I'm picturing a 4K.
Well, I'm pretty sure you can picture everything under the sun.
Absolutely.
Either way. It is just going to be a couple of exits. That's what the CTs are hoping for. Obviously, we know that they are buying into the next round. They're going to be having that loss bonus. Nice still kill. That's lovely. Yeah. Can he actually get away with this AK? That's the only other thing. Doesn't have any armor. Either way, his teammate will be able to pick it up if he dies. And actually, he's going to get away with it anyway.
How is this man on Team Kinguin and doesn't have a knife skin? How does that happen? Answer me that, Dom.
Space Soldiers, some of them don't have one either.
Yeah, but Team Kinguin?
I suppose.
Literally sell skins on their site. Anyways.
It could just, yeah, and they could even just put a little sponsor on there.
This is almost a, the problem isn't that it's 5-1. It's that, as you just talked about, Kinguin are, as we both alluded to, Kinguin are kind of playing scared as well as very passively, getting abused for it, and not changing anything up. Look at how quickly EnVy just ran into lore without even bothering to check for cat.
They're not checking anything at this point. They know that their opposition aren't really challenging too much. Furlan is going to peek out, but this is the problem. Before he actually pushes there, they didn't even know they were out mid yet. They didn't have any information whatsoever.
No counter nades have come out. They're assuming that the setup is not going to work and that they're just going to have to sit here and frag. It's like they're hoping for a fake every single time. Nobody threw a nade for mid B. It's supposed to be way more hectic than that. A lot harder for the terrorists to get out, causing trouble.
This is some of the most basic CS I've seen played by EnVy. They're literally just pushing wherever they want.
Yeah.
But if no one's going to stop them, that's exactly what they should do.
They took like 20 seconds to get into lower versus Space Soldiers, like almost every time, because they were worried about this double boost. Same with Tyloo, they're pushing up cat. Everything is unchecked. Like, you couldn't have been more right.
See the cross this time. We are going to see some aggression onto short. It's coming out from Mihu, but he's going to be blinded. There we go. First pick comes in. He's going to stick around the area as well. They have lost long control, but that's fine because they've gained cat in the meantime, actually taking some presence. And now they can go for the information play as well. This is exactly what we want to be seeing from them. Spiro as well with the AWP manages to get himself one kill. Obviously, very, very low, so has to be a little bit careful with this one. We'll see some counter nades coming in from EnVy as they attempt to push back up and actually through the smoke. We're going to see one come in. No crossing smoke, however. And this cat control definitely helping them out. Finally, EnVy will throw down some smokes, but we'll see what they can do. Sixer going to go for the orb shot, but it's actually the flank coming in from Furlan. MBK, he's in a 1 versus 3, managing to take down one. Looking for a little bit more. He's got players pushing in from all angles, and there goes Mihu. Much better round from Kinguin.
Yeah, good cleanup. Look how sloppy EnVy played it too. They just went up cat with one man. Honestly, I think they did it just as a confidence move. And a fast cat, you're not supposed to have like heavy utility or a lot of people with you. Sometimes one can be enough if they're able to catch him off guard. Mihu's just really ready. Honestly, he's sick. But after taking long, just like the no smoke on the cross, as you mentioned, the 2 smokes on the cross late, and allowing their offer to get a kill because they didn't even bother throwing a flash to check if anybody was on the A site with one. All of these were just missteps that they could have avoided. It's one thing to have to take a spawn to go long all the way to site. That's one thing. Maybe you don't use so much utility, but they didn't necessarily take long running the entire way. They stopped to go outside, so it's not something. It's a precaution they needed to take.
This time, EnVy slowing things down a little bit. Getting caught out by the little pieces of aggression that Kinguin threw into the last round. And that's all it really took. just one round where Envy get caught out by the aggression. They stop just running straight down mid. They stop just going for these very aggressive pushes. They slow things down a little bit, and I think that should play a little bit better. We've got a player up in Goose as well, so the defense has slightly changed. We're going to see the deep CT smoke, and that will actually allow them to push a little bit further out into mid.
Here,
this setup's sort of made for A. That's the only problem, and while Ralen's going to fall. And now, really, they're getting ready for the split with only Mao's left. I think he has to actually go and try and take control of tunnels. Otherwise, he's just going to get pincered in, and MBK is going to be the one to finish him off. Mihu trying to take over some control, but either way, it's a 4 versus 3 retake on B. And this is going to be exceedingly difficult if they even go for it.
Yeah, they're so happy to save. Every time they go down in men. This is one round, or this is one situation, I suppose. 4-3 site control, no one near the site to try to get in, where it wouldn't really make sense. I mean, they have some utility, but they're so far away, and they're going to get reset as well. So it's actually really a lot of onus on Envy to try to kill whoever they can in this situation, so that they're just dead broke for 2 rounds. 2 more rounds. Furlan might get caught off guard. No, it looks like he's going to get the better of Apex. That's a big find. He's also given up his position a little bit there. But yeah, they have confirmation that Kinguin have decided to save now. So that's just a good round from Envy. They picked mid B when it was a 3-2 setup, right? They had come out mid slowly this time. Last time that they went up cat slowly and did this exact same play, it was Envy who went up cat, and so Kinguin were probably confident that this 3-1-1 or this 3-2 would make a lot of sense. They weren't right about it, and that's what makes Dust too hard. There's just so many reads on CT side, but there's very little movement as well from Kinguin to try to get their information.
Going for the aggressive push. Info plate onto cat once again. Sixer has 1 kill and 21 points.
Valve score.
That's actually quite impressive in itself.
I think he's just been really good at planting bombs.
Yeah, well, why not? Someone has to do it.
Pick me up. That's just okay. I didn't mean.
Oh god. 3 versus 4. CT side aggression paying off once again. Ralen, good positioning. Only just about manages to get the kill. Kenny going to be running around the corner, but Ralen gets both. Exactly what was needed of him, and he's going to shut down the B push. MBK, the last man left alive, of course. We know that the economy is not great on the Kinguin side, so if he can do some damage, it'll be hugely valuable. It's actually going to smoke off one side. Now, both players on B are relatively low. Ralen going to go for the peek. Actually catches MBK reloading, but it will be falling through the smoke. They keep 3 players alive. A nice little beginning to that round. I like the aggression from Mouse peeking into lower.
Really nice for them that they were able to just win their duels individually and stop the momentum from MB. Honestly, not too much different happened there. Right? They were just able to connect more of their shots and win their opening duels. A big problem for them. I mean, like, for example, a 3-2 can work even versus a mid-B split, but if your opening kill is just like you get opt-in window and then give your team no information, the split comes out immediately, there's no chance you're going to win with just the one person on the site. It's just way too hard. So that round could be considered a write-off, even if the setup wasn't favorable. It's not like they should have lost. And that Mihu is just constantly killing Happy. Like, that's what he does, no matter where he is.
Mihu taking the control of long. Quite a bit of presence over towards middle at the moment. Double AWP setup over on the CT side after being picked up in the last round. Furlan lines them up, though, and knocks them down. And what a round from Kinguin. Flawless. They will build up their economy. And Envy, well, most of the players can buy. Sixer and Happy will be the ones struggling a little bit to get a buy on the board. Kenny going to go for the glass cannon AWP. But Kinguin now with a good opportunity to actually get themselves back into this game. They did start very slow. And did look like they were playing a little bit scared. But now we've started to see some confidence. But, well, Kenny, always the one to punish such peaks.
Tough to win that duel. As a CT, you're at a disadvantage trying to peek mid. There's a lot of ways of trying to open up differently, and wow, that was really tricky how MBK just sprayed, fell back, Apex came out. That would have been so annoying to deal with, and instantly the site is just theirs. Off of a really, really rough buy as well. Is Furlan really going to do this?
Oh.
Okay, I thought he was going to come out of the smoke completely and try to go for like a shot. That wouldn't have made any sense.
I think he went for the no-scope on the bomb planter.
Okay. And
every time.
EnVyUs killed Happy no matter what. Like, what is that like equivalent to? That's so funny. It's like some cartoon where like the bad guy pops up like a million times, and then the good guy just like bops him instantly. It's like Happy comes around the corner.
It's like Roadrunner.
It's like the Roadrunner. Yeah, I guess so.
No matter what he does, he always loses.
Yeah, that is pretty much it. It's so funny. Happy just comes flying around a corner by himself, laying two around on the other side of the map. Me, who's just ready. M4 headshot. No nade out, no running.
I don't think he'll be too unhappy with that one, though, you have to say. They are 8-4 up at the moment, looking pretty good. Obviously, once again, we're going to see some weapons saved for the CT side. Double AWP setup in play once again. Not going to be peeking mid this time. We're going to fall back to the more standard strategy. Now, a lot of the time, I have to wonder, like, Envy could just have long control. This time, Furlan has actually taken over pit, but he did do it a little bit late after the nades went down.
Oh,
I like
this. Finally, here we have it. The cat boot. Ooh, Apex, no stranger to this as well, has died many times this tournament to somebody boosting on cat. No matter how tricky he's been, there he spotted one person, and the jump is at a strange angle. Has shied them away from this setup. Now, you know, they don't have layers to the setup, which I don't really like. Sometimes it's okay to do this, but it seems like after they've shown the op, they decided to go to a 2-1-2, and I was just focusing there on how Malzino was moving towards mid, and I really liked how last time they had Furlan at the door and Malzino right behind him to get those kills. Furlan obviously doing the brunt of the work with that 2K, but the teamwork involved in that, it was really nice to watch. That being said, I was thinking layers to their play in terms of getting up on cat, keeping one at bricks, having someone flash behind them. These are like 100% setups that you can use, and if you miss, you just fall back.
Yeah.
It doesn't guarantee you a kill, but it guarantees you at least stay alive. Sparrow shows that he still got the op at A. A third player in CT. And it makes you wonder, where are EnVy going to go? Are you going to try to force their way into this? It looks like yes. Oh, man.
Apex on the entry. Doing nice work so far. Mihu's going to go down. It's Apex once again. Looking at you at the moment, Furlan. Doesn't really have too much support. We'll be able to get one back, but it is the afterplant positions. Still a player just sat on B. Roland doesn't seem to care at all.
What exactly is he doing? Are they just
like he genuinely didn't move.
They
the
don't
whole
have any
round.
utility and have decided to save.
Yeah, but there must have been a moment where they considered going for it, and he didn't move at all.
Yeah, absolutely. Maybe he was the one saying, "No, guys, let's not do this."
I want to keep my AWP.
He's that friend that's not so drunk and doesn't want to get into the fight. Very important to have teammates like that.
Mouse. We'll take one, but it just seems like most of these frags are just coming as exits, and EnVy are not going to care. Are they 9-4 up?
Yes, and at a certain point, you just can't keep saving, right? Who is it?
It's a grand final. You can't just sit back the whole. How many rounds is that? That must be like 5 or 6 rounds.
No, you can't just get hit 100 times going to the corner, wait for the next round. Literally, just like boxing. It's just like you. Oh, Rowland gets tagged in. Rowland just looks so desperately uncomfortable.
Oh, he tagged Furlan as well.
And you can just see it's the blood pushed out of him on the wall behind.
Happy in a very good position to stop any aggression that's going to come out. They're not using any utility either. Mihu.
Oh, he pulled out a better gun.
Happy just goes to hide. Doesn't want to come up against Mihu there. That would be death for sure.
There's actually 3 people in B right now.
Yeah, well, I think this may have been realized. A lot of players on cat at the moment. Spiro, well, you've got a lot of work to do, buddy. Glass Cannon AWP already blind. Apex is going to drop into CT. Goes for the peek with the AWP. Manages to get one, so it is still 4 versus 4, but the lead still seems to be with EnVy. Even here, Apex will get himself another, and low players. Bomb yet to go down, but they've got absolutely no rush to make it. And this one they have to go for, surely. 3 versus 3. Actually got to be pretty careful of Apex's position. He's actually sneaking up behind. That's just so evil. Nothing Mihu can do in this situation. And, well, guess what?
It's unbelievable how they influence the rotate so heavily with just Happy showing himself. What's ironic about that is that they showed Happy, of all people, right? And he happens to be on the other side of the map. And the thing is that pattern-wise, he's been on the other side of the map every single time. Mihu has shut him down on Cat late when they've gone B, when he was going to jump CT. Shut him down long when they gone B. Every single time, Happy has been playing an almost antiquated style of lurking, which is like a really hard lurk. People don't even do that anymore because once you actually look at the player and you see their name tag and you see who it is, that this just tells you something about how the rest of their teammates are playing. Happy is doing this, and yet Kinguin are still biting, like really hard on just the fact that he's a player. And not responding to the fact that he's actually playing his role just as you would anticipate.
Ooh, Apex tag down to 9 HP. Push is going to be coming in towards middle. Mouse with a lot to do. Goes to the spray, manages to get one. Trying to fall back. Isn't quite going to be able to get around the corner. Furlan trying to support his teammate through the smoke. Will actually be Mouse to find another one. Mihu gets a kill for himself as well, pushing in from Cat. And well, a round finally coming up this time for Kinguin. 10-5.
Yeah, 10-5. I will say the mid B has got like that. Like I said, that pulling their extra man out to play close mid seems to work so much better for Kinguin. Letting them out in that 3-2, the two players in sight were never playing that properly, or didn't have the utility to like smoke out one of the choke points, force them into window and tunnel, have one person dedicated to each. It never worked out like that. So I'm glad they made the adjustment of pulling them out to an older style of mid B where you have them close wall and then one person jumping on the boxes trying to spam, cause a distraction, maybe get a kill. And they were doing a good job of playing that towards the end of it, but it's the half's already over, and they've only gotten 5 rounds out of it. This isn't Train, and they aren't moving on to CT side of it. This is a really tough comeback that they have to make.
Sixer still has 1 kill.
Sixer still has 1 kill, MV has 10 rounds. That's really crazy.
That's crazy. Apex has been having an absolutely huge game. Just entry kills all over the shop, making this look easy. And, well, we'll see whether or not Kinguin can change something here. Got early long control. Not really that valuable in the pistol round just because of the fact that, well, as long as EnVy don't go pushing, they have the USPs, they have the long-range weaponry. Don't really need to try and take those short-range battles. Quick trade will come in at the beginning of the round. It is going to be the push, barreling onto short. There are still 2 players now. Oh, actually, nice shot from Mouse. Apex, however, looking for a little bit more.
Ooh,
gets himself a second.
Dirty.
Spiro will be there to trade, and it's still going to be back to a 2 versus 2. Now, they haven't dedicated themselves as of yet, but then again, MBK hasn't taken the bait either, and actually, this could be a nice little crossfire. MBK gets 1. Obviously, no smoke, and Apex will get the other.
Damn.
11-5. Pistol goes the way of EnVy.
Kill number 2 and 3 for Apex, especially gorgeous. Main stat line here is that they've lost 4 pistols. 4 pistols in 2 maps, that's a lot of rounds. If no ecos come about, obviously. 12 in total. Savage Observer pointing out the 1 and 9. I think the funniest part about the 1 and 9 is that EnVyUs have 11 rounds.
And that he has 5 MVPs.
And then he has 5
That's how many times they've saved. He's got that many bomb explosions.
Oh, right.
It's absolutely ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Kinguin backing out of almost every round. Now they don't have a choice. They're with the pistols. They're going to go aggressive, and Kenny just shutting them all down. 4 kills for him. Happy with 1. 12-5 EnVy. Wow. They're making it look easy.
They're making it look very easy. And, if you grab the random matchmaking pub, put them in here, just any scrim team, open to Premier, they'd all get wrecked by Kinguin, but EnVyUs is making it look like they are one of those people, one of those teams, one of those mixes. Kinguin are definitely not playing their own game right now, and the fact that all these pistols are going their way is just making it look like such a curb stomp.
Apex, well, he's just got a nice easy round again. I think actually, not to ruin your stat, but I think they did actually win the CT pistol.
They won the CT pistol in this game. Oh yeah, that's right.
They lost the next round. Okay. So yeah. it's not really that much different.
Yeah.
They still lost the same number of rounds afterwards anyway.
No, yeah.
Just not capitalizing on it. either way, we will see Kinguin back with a buy. AWP onto Kenny. FAMAS and an SMG kept into this round. And, well, look at this aggression. Look, sheer confidence at the moment from Envy. No reason not to be. We'll see if they can do any better. Nice flash, however, does come out. Furlan will get the first kill of the round. And now we can see if they can actually capitalize. Kenny just trying to find a gap in this smoke. Not able to do so. Pop flash will come out. Mihu blind still manages, but MBK and Kenny have quickly traded things back. Now, in terms of the actual site, the A site is completely open.
Mihu's actually jumped CT into Cat. Yeah, he did that really quickly too. MBK gonna get completely off guard. Him. Kenny S though turns around and Mauzino
with the timing
is gonna aim.
He actually gets away with a kill on Kenny.
He actually gets away, but not only that, he gets both kills. Sixer can't get the second one on the board.
He's still.
Damn. Okay, that's when it slightly matters.
I love how he's
it really doesn't matter if Envy win this game, obviously.
He's
but
above someone with 11 kills.
That's funny.
I've never seen anything like that before, but it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter at this point in time. Will be the round going the way of King with no mouse. Well, a little bit of luck, but still managing to get both of those kills. Sixer down to 35 HP very early on in the round.
My favorite part was when Mauzino didn't even care that he was being shot. Proceeded to headshot someone in mid.
Mihu looking to take a little bit of control. Obviously, they do have a player in lower. Need to make sure nobody on short, but at the moment, a relatively passive hold. Obviously, A long is where we've seen a little bit of control come out from Apex.
Let's see if this 2-1-2 makes more sense from Envy. It's kind of like a hard read out of the gate, just like Kinguin did previously, like in the first half. And no, I think one thing is that EnVyUs are going to be much better with their 2 players in B site, certainly. But I guess more curious about A if it gets taken, what the adjustment is and what it looks like if Envy win the round.
Smokes will go out into middle.
Actually, just to feed into the sphere.
Will actually be going pushing, but the bomb is still over on short at the moment.
Oh, nice.
Now it's going to get tagged very, very low. They're going to try and push through CT, but Happy is ready and waiting. Going to get the first, but it's just going to be a quick trade. A couple of players on the site. Nice work there from Kenny to get one. It's still going to be the 3 versus 2. The T side, they really need this round, and it's Apex once again. Peeks out, almost takes the second onto Mihu. Both players now in CT. Sixer. Hey!
Hey! He gets a frag. Everybody, team Mace. Well done. 2 kills. Okay, so what are the small advantages that Envy managed to get for themselves versus what was basically an A split through CT? Well, obviously, Happy getting a kill was massive. The little bit of damage that MBK did on the player who came out mid through the smoke was huge. So, like, pretending it was a mid-B, there was a little bit more action from our players in B preemptively. And that's like a lot of the stuff we didn't see from Kinguin. They kind of let Envy flood into their choke points before they tried to deal with them. A lot of action happening already, however, so maybe we'll save it.
Sixer's got his third.
Yo,
he just that's all he needed. He just needed to start Kenny burning, but we'll have the smoke to keep himself alive. I finally managed to get himself a rifle, but it's still just looking very, very bleak at this point in time. Spiro actually gets away with that kill. So we'll bring it back to a 3 versus 2, but he's very low on HP. Furlan getting another. This is starting to look a little bit possible now. MBK in from behind. Just going to take the head clean off of Sparrow. Now it's all down to Furlan. Spots out Kenny. Knows that there's a player coming in from behind. Actually wins the duel as well. 3rd kill of the round for him. We'll have the opportunity to cross over to the site. MBK is ready and waiting on short. However, another headshot for him. 15 hit.
Finals point right here.
$800,000 is a snap of a fingers away.
The $400,000 round, they'll call it.
Ooh. Not bad.
It's a grandiose title right there. But not untrue. If MBS win this, they're taking home first at this whole thing. Would have absolutely raffle stomped Kinguin.
I like it.
Yeah.
Mao's looking for this peak. Obviously, the buy that they have come up with is not a particularly good one. They're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. And they may just try and get themselves into here quickly. Kenny is going to be the one waiting. Starts things off. First kill of the round for him. Looking for a second, but actually Sparrow's going to win the battle with the scout. That will give them the positioning, but Apex already training one back. This is just going to be shooting fish in a barrel. Mihu is going to be the last one, and they have done it. And, well, they made it look really easy.